I'm Luann Gilman, and this is Lone Oaks Farm. So Lone Oaks Farm, we have 40 acres here, a lot of restored prairie, about 11 acres of prairie that we have out on the hills here. And then we have this barn, which is an 1850s barn that we actually moved here in 2016 from another farm in Madison County. And we do events in here when it's warm enough out. The biggest thing we probably do are barn dinners. So we have chefs come in and do usually a 4 or 5 course dinner for about 60 people. We have 4 of those scheduled this summer. And Aaron Holt is kind of the main chef that we've had for the past few years, and now he coordinates all the chefs for us, which is great. So he's getting some really great experienced chefs from Des Moines to come out and do these dinners with us. But we also do concerts in here. We do a lot of events with Chris over at Speckled Hen Farms, some new yoga retreats coming this year, concerts, a lot of different things. It actually just kind of happened. I don't know if we really dreamed of this happening. We moved here and it was just a blank slate of 40 acres. We built our house and then we decided we needed some sort of structure here to, at that time we were still thinking maybe we'd have an alpaca or something, which that never happened, but something to store things in and you know, just another structure, and we were investigating that. And we happened to be on a prairie tour because we were interested in that at the time, and met a gentleman that lived here in Madison County that had a prairie, but he also had moved this barn to his property. And we were very intrigued with that idea and loved the concept of that. So we were fortunate enough we got connected with his connections and found this barn, moved it here. And at that point, we were like, we want to share this with other people. So we want to tell the story of how you can save a barn. And I kept thinking it would be so cool to have dinners in here. So it kind of just evolved. We had the barn first, and then we were like, oh, we can do this with it. And then once you do that, you think of other things that you can do. So that's how it happened. We started the prairie in 2017, where we burned 11 acres and then seeded it. So this is the 7th year of the prairie, and we've noticed so much more the wildlife coming back. So we hear pheasant out here all the time. It's just a great habitat, all the birds, animals, and it's so good for the land. So as you know, Iowa used to be 98%, I think, prairie. So to bring just a little bit of that back, we think is really important, so that people understand what it was like, and also it's just really good for the earth, the whole ecosystem of the prairie. We also have beehives, so we have 4 beehive down there, and that's also great. It all works together in the ecosystem. And even just saving this barn, I think, is conservation in a way of they aren't making any more of these historic barns. So, and as you drive around the country, you see them falling down. So we love to repurpose and save this beautiful structure for future people to see. Well, we are members of the Chamber of Commerce, which we have an amazing chamber, and they support us, and we want to support them back. I'm on a board. I'm on the Iowa Theater Board in town, which is another great group of people, and they did a similar thing where a much bigger scale than what we did, but by restoring that theater, we really are very supportive of that. I think that's a great place. We're also part owners of another business in town, a tap room called The Drift, so we've got to know a lot of people through there. But here in the barn, we've done some events too that are fundraisers. We are on the Fall Crawl, which brings a lot of the community out to visit us here. We did a square dance last spring, which was a fundraiser for the tornado victims. And just trying to offer a lot of different opportunities to come out and do things between next door and here. Well, number one is obviously very good insurance, making sure that we're covered on all bases there. And then I guess any vendors that also come in, we make sure that we have their proof of insurance, that we're named on, all of their liability. But really it's been pretty good. We haven't had any terrible things happen. Doesn't mean that we don't worry every time there's an event, but yeah, those are kind of the main things. I think it's just offering more and more opportunities for new experiences, because people just they want to do things and experience things and maybe not necessarily have things, but do things. And there's a lot of people that have that nostalgia from growing up on a farm. Like both my husband and I, that was part of the allure of having a barn too. We both grew up on farms, and that was our memories from growing up. And I think people come out here and that brings a lot back to them of either their farms or their grandparents. So just all kinds of different experiences for coming out. We're doing a yoga retreat here. This is the first time we've done anything like that here in the barn. So just trying to diversify the experiences that we offer here. I'm very passionate about preserving things and making things better and restoring things. And I think if everyone kind of does that a little bit, it helps everyone. So whether it's saving a building or, making a house better or a prairie, or I just think hopefully we'll leave things a little bit better than how we found them. And that's kind of our goal.